With this particular project, I think one of the things that was most exciting was the actual clients. We really hit it off right off the bat. They were so excited about doing this together, so it was a great experience right from the get-go. They basically wanted to build a cottage in the middle of the city, so we had to reel them in a little bit and find ways to interject things that felt a little bit country mixed with city. Keeping spaces open means that families can hang out all the time together. It's great to be able to watch your children play and interact. When one person's in the kitchen, they can see each other in the living room. And that's truthfully one of the reasons that we decided to keep it open. My favorite space in the house is the kitchen. I think it's the perfect combination of classic and timeless. They really wanted a white kitchen, which I love. It's always fresh, it'll always be in style, but it can look a little bit boring. So doing things like making sure we had some glass cabinetry, we mixed up the finishes on the backsplash, we did details at the bottom with trim, making elements that felt special and unique to this house made a white kitchen pop. Sometimes when you're doing open concept, it can be really hard to have two designated eating spaces, and that was really important to these clients because they had young children and didn't necessarily want to sit at a 10-foot dining table every day. The eating area is not the biggest space, so we wanted it to feel consistent with the kitchen and flow from one area to the next. So we actually used the same countertops in the kitchen that we did in the eating area. We custom did a table, and it worked really well. The only request that the homeowners had for the space was that we do some sort of reclaimed plank solid dining table. But again, not wanting it to feel too country, we paired it with some really formal chairs and a very formal light fixture. In an open concept space, you want to do things that define each space because there's no walls really to do that for you. Adding the brick was something that we thought was really fun and edgy and cool for the dining room, but it also set it apart from the living room. Our go-to gallery for artwork is always Canvas Gallery. They have amazing pieces, and it's where this and some other pieces are from in this space. I think nowadays people aren't living in such a formal way like they used to. Their living space is also their family room. So it's nice to be able to combine something that feels chic and sophisticated with something that's totally livable and comfortable. I'm personally a really big fan of big pieces. So I love to do a big sofa, a big coffee table, two really comfortable chairs. People get very nervous. It's usually a trust me moment when we're telling them that we're gonna do it, but they end up loving it at the end. You could fit 10 people on this sofa. Again, to define the space, we wanted to do built-ins that ran the length of the living room, incorporating some storage, which is great for toys, books, dog stuff, whatever it is that you need in your house. We actually back painted the cabinets that were all white with a really pale gray just to make them pop. Doing a great display shelf on either side of the fireplace was a great way to define the space as well as give them something to display all the things that they love. In any reno, when you're working with an existing structure, you run into problems and you really have to problem solve along the way. You got to be able to go with the flow, and things that you thought you might be able to do, you have to backpedal and rethink a little bit. It can get tricky at times. Hands down, the most enjoyable part about my job, it's giving people a home. These clients love their space, they love being home, they love having their son here, and I help them with that, so it's really great for me.